Hello, Melissa here. I have strabismus, which is an eye turn where my eyes don't point in the same direction. And today I want to share with you three books that everybody with this eye condition should definitely read to help them either understand what their problem is and definitely how to fix it and overcome it. Also, sometimes this can be like a lonely and a huge struggle for people. And so there's some books that can help you overcome that. So without further ado, let's jump in to the first book that I recommend. So the first one is called Fixing My Gaze, and it's by Sue Barry, also known as Stereo Sue. And you can actually find videos of her like giving presentations, and she is my ultimate hero. She was, I believe, 47 years old when she discovered vision therapy. She was born with strabismus and never really knew that she didn't see in 3D. She had surgeries and her eyes actually looked pretty straight cosmetically, but she just had problems with her actual vision and the function of her vision. And so she went through vision therapy. She now has 3D and she wrote a book about it all. The coolest part about Sue Barry is that she is a neuroscientist. So you're not just getting the this is what it felt like, and these are the exercises I did. You're actually getting like the science of how your brain works and how your vision works. It's so fascinating. I highly recommend it. After you read it, you'll definitely want to start vision therapy. And then I recommend reading it again once you're in vision therapy or even done, because it'll take on a whole new light once you read from that perspective. So that's book number one. Book number two is called The Shape of the Sky. So this is one that I actually definitely recommend that you get in a hardcover. The other books I'm recommending, definitely digital is fine. I just have them on Kindle. But this one is full of a lot of different exercises. Okay, of course, I turned to pages that don't have it, but there's so many different drawings. And then later on, you'll have things like this that are exercises. And so you really want the hard copy. I'm telling you right now. So the book is called The Shape of the Sky by David Cook. And this is like the Strabismus Bible, people. It is so incredible. David Cook is an optometrist, and he understands strabismus better than anyone I've ever met, because he understands both sides. He understands how we view the world in 2D, how we come to view the world in 3D. And I didn't even understand my own vision until I read this book, and I really truly understood, where my vision was and how I needed to change the way I viewed the world in order to get 3D vision. So this book is invaluable. It's expensive. It's $55, but worth every penny. I wish I could tell you that I could give you a discount, but you can't even get it on Amazon. You have to get it from the Optometric Extension Foundation, and it's expensive. So I'm so sorry, but just think of it as like half the price of a visit, and you get way more information than you could ever get in one visit. So it has 75 different exercises, and through these exercises and games, you really start to understand how your eyes work, how they should work, how yours maybe aren't working, and then some ideas and practices to help you get your vision better. If you're not going through vision therapy, like it's maybe going to be a little bit much, but anyone in vision therapy with strabismus, like, you have to get this book. I'm telling you, this is going to be the key to your success. I feel like when me and my optometrist started following David Cook's philosophy and all that, I just started taking off. So you got to get The Shape of the Sky. Okay. So you've got your personal story from Sue Barry. You've got the medical, sciencey, textbooky one from The Shape of the Sky. Next is a book that has nothing to do with vision. Maybe you would think, but it does. And it's called Eat to Live. Eat to Live is a book that is all about like plant-based eating, right? Whole food, plant-based eating, super healthy. And, I think it's vegan. They don't eat food and milk and dairy and meat and all that. But what I find fascinating is about the benefits he talks about that you get from vegetables and fruits and healthy foods. So I don't necessarily follow this diet exactly, not even close actually, but I love his philosophy on fueling your body with the good food, because it has changed my vision immensely. When I am eating all the vegetables and kind of following the principles of the Eat to Live book, my vision is so much better. I have more clarity. I don't have the brain fog. I sometimes I feel like this, and I just am a lot more steady. Every single aspect of my life is better when I'm following this food eating, especially my vision. It's the first thing I notice when I go back on sugar is that my vision gets blurry and I can't use my eyes together. I can't keep my eyes focused and still. So this book has been a huge part of my vision journey, even though it's not about vision and it's, there's probably some political stuff about don't eat meat or dairy. I don't even know. I don't get into that part. But the philosophy on fueling your brain is so powerful and so important if you are trying to learn to see in 3D with strabismus. So those are 3 books everybody with strabismus should read. And I guess Eat to Live, if you have a different book about eating tons of fruits and vegetables that gives you all the science and the breakdown of like the micronutrients you're getting, then read that one. But I love Eat to Live. That's my personal favorite. A couple bonus books that I also think might be helpful if you have strabismus. One of them is called The One-Eyed Princess, and this is about Susanna. Oh, great. Her last name's kind of hard to say. It's like Zaraysky or something. It's a tough one to say, but she's awesome. She also had strabismus, and she went through vision therapy, and she has a really interesting, fascinating story. I definitely, recommend it. It's a pretty quick read. Hers focuses a lot more on the side effects that she experienced with vision therapy. So nauseousness, and she wasn't able to drive, and she felt isolated and like very emotionally. It was a big struggle for her emotionally. And so that was something that, she wrote a lot about that emotional side of strabismus and like what it was like growing up and feeling isolated from others and overcoming that and overcoming the emotional parts. So it was really interesting to read as someone who's been through a lot of those same struggles. Some of her things resonated with me. Some things I didn't agree, like I had a different experience than she did, but I think it's still really fascinating to read about another person with strabismus going through that. So that's One-Eyed Princess. And then last, I don't really actually have a specific book to recommend yet, but I'm trying out a few right now, and I will get back to you soon. But there's something called the Bates Method, and it's basically natural eye improvement, and it's mostly geared towards people who like want to get rid of their glasses and make their vision more clear. And they have a lot of like visual like relaxation techniques, and I actually think it's really awesome stuff. I've been adding some of it into my vision therapy, and it's making a really big difference. I'm reading a book right now by Dr. Bates himself, like the original doctor from like 100 years ago. And I don't know if I would recommend it. It's been hard to get through. I'll show it to you. I printed it out. You can get it for free. I'll put the link in the comments and you can read it and torture yourself. But it's just like, he's writing, it's 100 years ago, so it's kind of outdated. Like the principles are really good, but then some of the applications don't make as much sense, and it's just harder to understand for me. So it's been a little bit more of a slow read. So I definitely think the Bates Method is something that you want to expose yourself to, but there's like 30 books on the Bates Method. So the one I'm reading right now, it's fine. Still, I'm getting all the information. It's just a little bit harder to sift through. So I'm going to keep working on finding an even better option for the Bates Method, because I think that I know that there are a ton of other books out there that might be a little bit more user-friendly for 2022. So those are the books that I recommend for anybody who has strabismus. Each of them offer something different, whether it's like an understanding of how your brain works, how to fix it, how to overcome emotional parts, how to fuel your brain for success. All of it is so important. There's a ton more books, so I might have to do another video like this soon, because there's so much to learn, and there's nothing like reading a book to fill your brain with all of the things that are going to help you reach your ultimate vision. I have full reviews on my website at strabismussolutions.com/books, and I will put all of the links for those books in the description below. Now, I have a goal to reach 1,000 followers by my birthday, which is March 25th. So help me out and subscribe to this channel if you like my content, and I will see you in the next video.